Well, hi everybody. Yep, it says I'm live. It takes a minute. You don't know when it's going to pop on. I'm playing with the old RKO radio, trying to figure out something. I'm listening to Honky Tonk. That's not what I want to listen to. Oh. So, what lurkers we got in here? I know Sixth Estate was here. No, it's still Sixth Estate. I have this pre-scheduled, so I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. Everybody knows hours in advance when on my YouTube that when this is announced. So hopefully I don't step on people's toes. I hate stepping on people's toes. They got me a good medicine if you can't tell my eyes. I'm like, I was starting to get a little bit more too much pain. So the doctor's like, but we'll just give you a little this. I hate meds. Oh, we have two lurkers. Yay! I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Oh, man. Again, I'm not used to this. I don't do drugs, painkillers, or anything like that. But again, if you have to, you have to. Take your medicine. Smile. Don't gotta like it. Don't like it. Good evening, Freedom News NNW and dyslexia. I have to read this NWO underscore CW. Check out the Kratom. Kratom. Cricketoo. Oh yeah, I know, Colin. I know. You get yourself in a set habit of doing one thing that your name is real long. Let's make sure. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Anyhow. I know, Colin. Well, that's why again, because of my son, I use Bullet. It is BulletSponge Bob, but it's easy to say Bullet. You know, it's actually easier than the other game, Earth. That's an easy name to say. Earth. It's a famous name. It's well known, but it's simple as hell. Earth. That game there, I was just checking it out when I first played that game, where I got the name Earth, and I wasn't gonna stick with it. I didn't know what to name it, so I just like, we'll just call it this. And I started playing it, and I found out I liked it, but I couldn't change the name, so now I was stuck with that. I couldn't use Bullet SpongeBob there now. Then everybody got to know me as Earth there. Well, Earth. It's actually spelled EARPH, like Earth, but with a P. And the reason I grabbed that is I also write stories. I'm in the middle of a real good story I was writing at the time called Earth. Uh, Basically, it's just like Earth, but imagine if Earth at one time the continent was all together, right? Because everybody's all squeezed together. There's just like on one side of the planet, one giant island. Everybody pretty much had to get along, and they never knew war. Then all of a sudden, cataclysm hits, and then things broke up, and then things got separated, and then they started becoming divisions, and us versus them, and that's what the story was about. Earth, EARPH. Google it. You'll see that. You'll find it in Google. No. This is again. That's why I named it Earth. It's not supposed to be Earth, but a planet called Earth, like Earth. All right, with similarities. Except the similarities are when they were developing from Cro-Magnon that their whole continent was just one. So everybody was neighbors, getting along, helping each other. As a civilization and doing great. But then all of a sudden there was cataclysms, ice melt. I forgot what the story was. I gotta get back to it. It was actually I think it was ice melt, and everything started breaking up. And then this country became two, which became four. And then it started subdividing. And it's like, well, we have this over here, and if you want to use our stuff over here, then blah 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 blah. It's actually a really good story. Oh, that was up. I do have the link if anybody wants to come in. One. There's the link. Good evening, Mr. Ree. How you doing? Now, you guys got to forgive me because I would actually like to sit like this, but I can't because it's too much pressure here, and then the brain slowly starts becoming stupid. So I have to sit back a little bit so the blood flows a little better. And I just took some good drugs. They put me on a mild painkiller, which I did really well, but I'm supposed to come off that in a couple days anyhow. It's just temporary. They don't they have blood pressure medicines or anything. Hey, there he is. Or she is. Oh, you shit me now. There she is. How you doing, Mystery?
Um, I came on to make a public apology for last night.
Oh, what did I do? What do you?
I uh,
All right. What do
I,
you think
I
you
said
did?
I said some stuff that I shouldn't have said. The way I said it, and I hurt somebody, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
Okay. Didn't hurt me. They're worried about that. I'm alright. What? It wasn't me, was it?
No,
Oh, you weren't calling names. Damn it.
but I mean, if I said these things live and it got uploaded, and I feel that I need to say a public apology for the same thing.
I won't dive into it. It's between whoever you guys got to make your piece of that. Which, but shit happens.
I
Sometimes.
also uploaded a video apologizing too. So that's as far as I can go. It's up to the person whether or not they want to accept my apology.
Again, sincerity can be offered. It can't be accepted, but you can offer
Hello.
it. Evening, Odin. How you doing?
Doing good.
I'm all set. I got my medicinal medicines in me, and I got my medicines to take care of my medicines.
Okay, I'm signing off now.
Oh, you don't have to go mystery.
Mystery, you're all good, hon?
Yeah, you get here. People,
Yes.
Uh,
like I say, people say things all the time, and especially if they realize, oh, like you just did, I screwed up, and say so. What more can you do, right? You need
Mystery. Oops.
go on.
Mystery, you got the freedom of speech to say fuck it or whatever. Use it. Don't be
But she,
scared to use it.
no, she
Even if
didn't.
you screw up.
That's life. One big screw up. Did you know I was born dead? I, it's a funny story. It's true. I was born a dead little black boy. I came out the wrong way. The umbilical cord was short. It was around my throat. And by the time they got me out, I was black. That lack of oxygen. And back in the 50s, things, resuscitation wasn't an art. And they would put me in hot water, cold water, hot water to shock my system. It worked. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. So I'm not a dead little black boy anymore, but that's how I started out. Like nothing but screw ups. You never know what's gonna happen.
that's right. You never know.
Right. But if we try our best on the way, whether others think it's the best or not, that's their problem. You know, you gotta take care of you and do what you gotta do, what you think is right. You know, and like I said, as long as it's not infringing upon everybody else's right, because there's one collective, we're all one thing. Why fuck with ourselves? It's like punch yourself in the face. Why? You can do it, but why?
Hey, punching yourself in the face is good. And mystery, you do you. You know, the tyrant's on both sides of the fence. You know.
Well, when I screw up, I can see it, and usually before people tell me, but even if somebody tells me, I'll reflect on it. And if I was wrong, I apologize.
Well, there's been many times where I've screwed up and afterwards realize it and still know that I'm trying to justify why I did it, even though I was completely wrong. Completely misunderstood the situation that was going on or heard something wrong and went off in left field and realized, oh, I'm completely wrong. Well, I'm going to justify this so I don't look like a fool. We've all done that. Especially under whiskey. Yeah, well, if you wouldn't have an ugly face, I would have punched it. That's life. And not one person could look at everything from the same point as another person. We all have a different point of view. It's just getting those points of view to understand each other is the hard part.
Right.
So today is Sunday. Well, now it's Monday. Yay! And I did not tell you. Remember last night after I signed off, I said, "Yeah, you're gonna raid me." They did. They came pounding on my door for my welfare. I said, "I bet get the fuck out of here." Said the last motherfucker got to worry about hurting by themselves.
Are you serious?
30 minutes. After I signed off and went to bed, I hear pounding at my door. I'm thinking maybe one of the family was worried about me, which is cool. They over worry, but everybody knows I'm not suicidal or hurtful. No, no. But I think that it's just they're making a point because of that embarrassing that one cop. They want to make a point. Well, because you were so upset, we want to make sure you're okay. Yeah, fuck you. You're just a fucking nosy ass motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of my property. I'm fine. I says I have people watching me fucking live. Make sure
Can they
I'm.
not send
Yeah.
somebody? Can somebody that's family not come check on you without sending the police to come check on you?
Nobody has to check on me. My family knows I'm perfectly fine. And this
Or
was
you
nothing
didn't?
to do with the family. This was them because
Oh,
I mouthed off to them coming into my house instead of and I told them, well, you heard it about escalating things. You should de-escalate stuff and let people know what's going on. You know, and because I opened my mouth on how dare I say that last night, he decided to come back.
Bad hair.
Oh Lord, bad hair, almost as bad as mine.
What's left of it?
So enough of that. How you doing tonight?
I should just shave it off, shouldn't I? Shave it
Nah,
all.
let it go down to your ass. Braid it. I used to.
Been a long time since I could braid my hair.
I think it's about 4 years for me. But it's just as well. I like my long hair, but it did make me. It wasn't great, but just the way it hung, it made me look a lot older. And that so decided to grow up a couple of hair. Also, it was getting better acting jobs of that. I didn't have to always hide it back here and shit. What should we talk about tonight? Oh, we were talking about EBs last night, and I actually found the article. As we're coming back out here, I'm looking for it. I can't remember which tab it was. That my head hurts now. They were talking over on Danger Mouse too. It just happened to Danger Mouse see what's going on over there. They're talking about the EBs that I was talking about last night.
explain heebie-jeebies.
Oh, EBs? All right. EBs are extraterrestrial beings, all right, in our solar system and a whole bunch of other solar systems all over the place. They are engineered insectoids, right? But when they die, you just download their information, put it in another insectoid, and they live thousands and thousands of years. They've supposedly been coming to Earth and picking up humans here and there and taking them with them as slave labor, and basically keep them as pets to work for them. And the technology is like this: if they take a Earth person to the moon to do some work on the suit that they have, and one of these giant cockroaches on the moon come and rip the guy's arm off. They can take the guy, even if his body dies, take the human over to this facility, have a new arm made, and bring him back to life and send him back to work again.
Hmm.
The big. I saw dozens of stories this week on it before I talked to you guys, but then I tried finding it to tell you guys about it. When you look for something, you can't find it, but when you're just going, sitting back watching, it's all there. Yeah, this one guy, he was doing an interview. I saw 4 different interviews, about 2 hours long, about everything he was doing out on these planets and that, and what his job was. And now he's shipped back to Earth and he's stuck there, and he hates it.
Those two guys that was on last night were pretty interesting.
Everybody comes in here is interesting. Even the guy that came in here wasn't naked. Was that a girl? Oh, it was ugly, whatever it was. They're always interesting. I'm really trying to. That was what, just a couple days after I got back, so I'm still trying to figure out how a mouse works. It's like, okay, okay, I think I blocked it. Oh no, I got 2 of them. What's up, Rude Dog? How you doing?
Did Odin leave or did somebody else join?
No, Rude Dog just joined. We're talking about mental illness, and again, my stance on mental illness: you can't blame the mental patient for being crazy, but you can blame the facility for treating it wrong, or the exact opposite way. And my contention is with the healthcare, not so much the healthcare themselves, the nurses, doctors, that they fall all over themselves to take care of the patient, but the facilities that run it want to do it, and you see with the police too, like McDonald's. They want to get it wrapped up inside that burger wrapped up inside of a piece of paper within 2 minutes and on to the next customer. Not take time and figure out what's going on and talk to people. Let's just boom, and file it away. We'll get to it later. In the meantime, people are sitting there. What's going on?
They're
Ding next.
trying to do a checklist and they mark everything off and then that's what you have and then they want to put you on these medications and these medications don't help anybody. And there's no cure, no solution. It's just keep them medicated.
Ding next.
That again, I will. I'm used to pain, so I really don't need to take painkillers. However, I have to take a small painkiller right now to relieve pressure because of what's going on, which I didn't really want to, but I have no choice. So, but there are some people that out there that cannot take pain at all. You take a needle and just go that close to their hands and they're freaking out. Me, you can take a needle and just put it through my hand and go, wow. Different people have different sensitivities to pain or insensitivities to pain.
Yeah, I have a really high pain tolerance. My sister, on the other hand, she was very easily hurt. And then I had a daughter that she could get a scratch and she would just cry forever.
And there are people out there that really, 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 really want to fight their mental illness and try real hard. But for expediency's sake, a lot of doctors are just, well, we'll just be safe and we'll just give them over medication. That way we don't got to worry, they're chilled. Not to where they can maneuver around and start thinking and getting their life back. We got them placid. Good enough. They won't tip now. It's good. Well, that's life. Life tips all over the place, and you got to keep a balance in the whole life, no matter what you're doing. And if you need medicine for mental illness, you need medicine. But a lot of mental people are stubborn and say, "No, I don't need it. I'm Superman." Now, do you take these people, make them take their pills for the safety of everybody around, or should it be their choice? Or do we classify it? Well, it's this type of an illness. Maybe the worst they're going to do is chew their nails off. Or if it's this type, the worst it's going to be, he's going to slaughter a whole half a town.
that goes back to what I was saying last night about natural herbs and that are edible and medicinal. If people were eating natural and not processed and GMO'd and all this crap and getting so far away from nature, a lot of these things would start curing themselves.
It would, but then again, as I was saying last night, if you start doing that, then you're going to start running out of the resources that you want to give everybody the natural sources because we don't have the resources. So therefore, we have to make some to supplement what we do have, so we don't run out completely.
That's because people go and build concrete cities and they don't have anything natural growing, whereas out in the country, everything is growing wild. It's wild edibles. There's a lot of stuff people don't eat. Yeah, I mean,
And that's the dichotomy of life. You got to have populated areas. You got to have depopulated areas. Everything can't be just one
well,
same.
even in populated areas, they could have a major place that grows, and everybody could do the farming like they're trying to do in New York, from what I understand.
Right, and they'll make $1,000 an acre for doing this. Where if I grow these kind of pills over here in this farm, I'll make $1,000.
Community gardening. Community gardening, that's what I'm talking about. Not something that people pay for. Everybody pitches in.
And then then the government, town, or facility around the area comes in and sets rules. Okay, you can have this, but you got to blah blah blah, or there's going to be a tax, or there's going to be a this, or there's going to be a that. To give
Yeah,
you
well,
permission to
first
do
you
that.
gotta get rid of the Federal Reserve. Once you get rid of the Federal Reserve, and then you start controlling your government, and if they don't listen to what you're saying, you kick them out. You work from the top down. Cut the snake's head off.
We're talking about Americans. We're talking about a bunch of dumb motherfuckers out there. That,
Yeah, well, people are waking up.
but they're not doing nothing about it. They're just sitting there watching and eating popcorn and watching the hard workers do the work. Oh well, yeah, I'm interested in that, but I got to go to work and I might lose my job, or the wife might leave me, or there's all sorts of excuses people are going to use to not get involved. And I'm not telling people to get involved. Don't get me wrong. But there's more excuses out there for the masses to not do something and let somebody else handle it because that's the way life is now. Because everybody,
That's the way they've been brainwashed, yes.
nobody's learned to be self-reliant or take care of their neighbors. They learned how to take care of themselves, be selfish. That's why I keep saying humans are still kids. Mine, 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 not yours. Ah, he's got my toy all the time on everything.
Have you seen that movie? It's really old. The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how they
Pepsi
all
bottle
work
falling from the
together?
sky. Yeah,
Sorry, what?
that all started with a Pepsi bottle falling from a plane.
Yeah, but they all worked together until that Pepsi bottle fell from the plane.
Yep.
Nothing belonged to anybody. It was there, and if you needed it, you were using it.
Yep.
It wasn't a mine, mine, mine society.
Actually, that's where I got the idea for that story that I'm writing called Earth that I started years ago. Was from that. It's like, okay, you got everybody's getting along, and then one little thing comes in and changes things and tips it, and then all of a sudden it goes mine, 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 and everybody starts fighting over things. So it's natural, like I said, it's natural for man to try to set an order by arguing with each other. You know, but there's egos. Well, it's egos to be saying, I have the best idea and your idea is wrong, and then arguing from that to whatever it is. That's what it boils down to. Ego.
You know, consumerism is brainwashed into people. They think that they've got to have all these things, and they are non-necessity. It's just the newest, latest, greatest, and even the people that are on the bottom rung here are doing the same thing. They can't afford it, but they do it. And nobody takes care of one another. Everybody's out for themselves. And you've got a few people that do like to help others, but then there's limitations to that, and sometimes they have their own agenda behind helping them. I mean, it's just
Well, again, there's also people that want to help but can't help, but think they have to help and help in the wrong way and make things worse. I've been to many first responding accidents where somebody who thought they were a first responder, they just happened to have a medical book. And the procedure they were doing is like a bleed out. Right, so he's bleeding real hard. Instead of putting pressure, we lift the legs. So the first thing you do is put pressure on the bleed out. And but I'm trying to help. Well, just because you're trying to do the right thing doesn't make it right. You know, if you're doing trying to do the right thing, but doing the wrong thing, please step back and let somebody do it that knows what they're doing. You know, then you have the ones that know what they're supposed to do and know that how to do stuff, but just stand back and just go watch this time. You know.
Did Odin leave?
No, I think he's taking a nap. Is he sneaking in my covers trying to snake my
No, I'm
one
here.
piece again? Oh, okay, there you are.
You guys are just talking, so I figured I'd just be quiet.
All right, chime in at any time. And notice every time I say chime in at any time, I never say chime in.
It's just the the population. It's just everybody's about themselves instead of about we the people, we the nation, we the world.
Hey, good evening, Erica. I was letting you be quiet for a second. I saw you come in. Go on, Odin. I know that was rude. If you guys, by the way, if you guys see me keep seeing me doing this, somebody yell at me. I'm not supposed to do that.
Okay, Bullet, don't do that.
Okay, there we go. Happy now.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading chat.
Oh, I'm reading both. I'm watching the video and watching the chat. Broken into two screens.
I just been working on something, so it's kind of like I'm here but not here.
I was combing my hair, so I missed a lot of what was said in chat.
I do that because I can't see. Once in a while I have to go like this. I can see the words. I know who's typing, but yeah, and that 80. That was another thing. The Ritalin and that shit that they were passing out in schools when I was a teacher. My God. But that wasn't so bad because I understood what it did and what it did to the students. But most of the teachers did. For example, we had one student named Teddy. Every morning he came in, he was very good about it. He was a good student, you know. There's a lot of weird side. I like that. But he would come in every morning, responsibly take the medicines from the nurse. But for the first half hour, he was bouncing off the walls. You know, I understood that, but other teachers didn't. So they kept trying to get him in trouble all the time. One day he would walk into class, grab one of the chairs that the teacher had, and just start whee around the room. I'd open the door, just let him go down the hallway. About a half hour later, he's cooled down. One teacher, oh my God, she took so much offense on that. She's trying to shove me out there. How dare I dare let him run free and this, that. I said, what, you want to tie him up? It's much better. It's no, don't work it off. This is a daily ritual, and you're an idiot. You know? And then the teacher hauled off and hit me.
He ain't hurt me. Why the hell should I stop him from letting his energy out? It's just a chair.
It's just a lot of it that people just don't inform each other what's going on. Like if that nurse went around and was telling all the teachers that, okay, we give him this medicine, and for the first half hours, yeah, he's gonna be bouncing off the walls, so don't expect him to do anything. You know, no, okay, take your medicine and just set him on, and then have the world try to discover what's going on. Even though I knew what was going on, I'm trying to explain. The principal doesn't understand. I did explain to him what was going on. But that was cool. Every time there was a drama where somebody was making something out of it, and could you please re-explain this shit? You know, Teddy's cool. Just give him a half hour of the medicine to wear off every day. Guys don't see a battery here. But the principal was cool, but not all the teachers were. Teachers wanted order, and I don't like that word order. You know, I like working things out and There is no real order. Once you come up to a pattern or something, you're gonna find out not quite right. You come up with 10, like I said, 10 million parameters at something. Not one of them is going to be perfect, but some of them are going to be close. Now, which one of those close ones you pick to do something, that's the toss.
I'm reading people
Hey,
talking.
Brian, how you doing? Brian King just popped in.
Hey, Brian.
I'm sorry if I'm not up on who's popping in. I have to go like this to read, and I'm not supposed to do that because they're going to yell at me. Now, how you doing tonight, Brian?
Hey, Skyhawk.
I see Sky, and I see the H. Hey, y'all, good morning. That's training my eyeballs to do that.
This is a horrible angle for me.
Ego?
Angle.
My ego. Oh, ego?
Angle. A-N-G-L-E. Angle.
Okay. I get your angle. So, yeah, I was at Gentees. I stopped at like I was saying earlier, I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I do. But we were talking about EVs last night. Before I came in here, I tuned into Danger Mouse. And they're talking about EVs. I think they day of it. So, who thinks that we're all in a simulation and this is real life?
I'm on the fence. Totally.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Say that again.
I said, do you think this is a real life, or do you think this is just a program of an old life that we're just repeating and on Sony Max or whatever replaying?
This life is very, very real.
If it was, how would we know that it wasn't a repeat of another life?
From what I've gone through, this life is very, very real.
It's just your part of the program is fucked up. That's all.
Well, gee, thanks.
So is mine.
It'd be so weird if we're sitting here having a chat and all of a sudden the program glitched and I just disappeared. Where'd Bullet go? And all of a sudden, you see me go zapping in and out of the frame. Oh, this is real.
Trim the beard, huh?
Rude Dog, I can't tell you what to do with your own child, but side effects get worse with age and the more time that people are on medication. And there's stuff that they don't tell you that's going to happen. I mean, the side effects are endless. It's best to look into each ingredient that's in a medication.
And, well, again, I was just originally on steroids just to reduce swelling. But the side effects of steroids, is no sleep. It's like you're on cocaine. I hate that feeling. I've always hated that hyped up, drank 10,000 cups of coffee, wind up feeling. Not that I'm allergic to it or anything. I just never liked it.
I've had to have steroids because of my ruptured disc in my low back and the ones in my neck. And they get rid of my pain. I know exactly the feeling you're talking about. That's the horrible side of it. But it works better than anything I've ever taken for pain. And I've taken hydros, oxycodone, Roxy's. I mean, I was on some serious meds after my wreck. But steroids, if you could take it whenever you needed pain relief, I would take it anytime.
Unfortunately, they're horrible for your kidneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I haven't been to a doctor in probably since before I left it to go to Tennessee, and that was 4 months ago. And before that, it was 3 months. I went to the hospital up there to find out what was going on with my heart, and they didn't find anything.
Evening, Genty. I saw you lurking in.
It's weird. Now I can't see the chat, though.
Now you can. What? Are you clicked the wrong button?
I'm on an iPad, so
Oh, okay.
don't have a
Yeah.
lot of options.
Oh, there's none. Yeah, the Hangout does work on the phones. It does work on the PC too. It works best on the PC. Yeah, but again,
I'm on an Android Galaxy Note 2.
I'm on an Asus laptop, which I like. Oh Lord. Now, what are you smoking?
Little indica.
I go through more lighters than I do anything else because I just take a teeny puff and then it goes out. Then I get lighter and roll the puff again. So,
I wish that I knew people like I did up in Tennessee so that I could, I mean, I don't know anyone here at all whatsoever. But I wouldn't mind getting like a pound or so and making my own oil out of it. I just gotta, I want to try CBD, but it's being pushed so heavily, I gotta question how good it is and what else is in it.
think of it this way: it does nothing to you that you really notice other than relaxes you, makes you enough where you can go to sleep. Um, if you're hyper, it will just it doesn't drug you. You will not get high off CDBs. It just reduces your energy, just relaxes you. That's pretty much is it.
People swear by it on pain.
Well, like anything else, you're supposed to take it at a certain dose. You can overdose too. Really won't matter. It won't hurt you. But if you start using more than you're supposed to, the effectiveness goes down to you.
It's just like any other oil of any kind, really. It won't. Um, you can't overdose on it, but the oil part of it a little bit could make you a little sick. That's my understanding.
Like I said, you can do pretty much anything in increments as long as you don't overdo, except for acid. You can't do hydrochloric acid, but in increments, one drop will still go through your tongue. But you know what I mean.
Drop
It's
a
all,
25 and you're everywhere.
I was having some severe pain last night, boy, I'm telling you what.
there's some people that can go home, have a half a snort of brandy, not enough to even give you a buzz, but it'll relax them enough to go to sleep. However, somebody else, if you give that other half a shot of brandy, they'll look at it like this thing can do shit. It's
Yeah,
just
alcohol makes me sleepy.
it's just all in the head or what they're used to thinking it's going to do. The placebo effect, even if you think it's even if it's a real good drug and you believe it's not going to do anything, it won't do anything. You know, even though it is doing something, your mind's telling it it's not doing something. And it really, I've had a friend. It took me. He wanted to get high and try pot, but he had one of those constitutions that he can smoke it and he's like nothing's happening. But you give him one drink of alcohol, forget it, he's wiped out. So that's his body tolerance to things. And everybody has
I
different.
was, I told you I'd left home at 13. I was with these people and they asked me if I drank. And on TV there were commercials for Marlboros all the time and there was commercials for Jack Daniels all the time. And I said, yeah, I drink Jack Daniels. And they asked me if I wanted any and they got me, I had to ask Mom what size it was. I guess last year. It was a pint. And so I tried drinking it, and like I said, I was 13, but I had to act like I was tough. I mean, it's just the way I was raised. Tough it up. Well, I told him, could I get a straw? I drank that bottle completely down. I was sick for days, and after that, I've not really cared for alcohol.
I did find a way around the trolls. You had a brilliant idea. I'm going to put the link back out here. Anybody wants to come in here and join us, that's fine. But we get up to 12 people in here, nobody else can join. So if I get 12 people in here that are not trolls, the trolls can't join.
That's funny.
Well, it used to be 12. Maybe it's up to 12 now or 13. I don't know, but it used to be 12. And, yeah. So, Jen, I saw what you wrote. I was trying to say hi, but I'm being polite to let everybody else talk. I saw you were saying you're going to be leaving soon. Or you could even come in here with your jammies. I'm still in my jammies. See, these are my Stewie jammies, Jen. So you can come in here and your jammies too. It's still all of us talking just at a different spot. Still the same people, Jen. So, all right. The only update today is that I'm on pain pills and the pressure's a little bit high because the pills are down. So that's why I got to sit back and you're going to see confused typing. I know what I'm saying. It's just not coming out right.
I talk better when I'm just chatting than I do verbalizing.
I do a lot better talking than when I'm quiet too. Yeah. Again, the trick to talking to people is just talking. And again, from here, I really don't want to talk. I want to hear you guys talking and that, but that's cool. I hate that air.
I despise my voice, and
Well, that's
I
you. That's you.
I don't really talk to anybody. I haven't really talked to anybody in quite a few years, to be honest. I moved down here to take care of my parents, and my dad passed in January,
Hmm.
and he was always on the laptop, but he would take a few days and a break every once in a while. We talked more than me and my mother do. She's always in front of the TV or the laptop with the TV going. So, I mean, I talked more last night to y'all than I have in probably 3 weeks with my mom.
Well, that's good. You did good last night, actually. Enjoyed listening to you.
Yeah, till I turned around and stuck my foot in my mouth.
No, again, that happens. Some people start and it's normal. You get, I want to say heated, but it's not heated. You get into a conversation yourself into the conversation itself and become invested in the conversation. And you really sometimes you want to grab people out there and shake them and yell at them the information. But then you sit back and go, I can't really stick that in their head. They gotta absorb it. Now whether you want to tell it to them 4 or 5, 6 times, that's up to you. Me, I will try to explain things a couple times. If they don't get it, I can't get them to get it. But you more than not really want them to understand, and then trying to get you to make them understand you overstep your bounds, and now you feel awkward, which is
I
normal.
feel, I feel awkward just talking out loud, period, anyway.
And I actually like your voice. I like that husky voice.
Uh,
Listen to my voice. I never used to have a husky voice unless I was singing in the and that I do have it. I would sing it wasn't my natural voice. No, my voice was a little bit higher than this. Depending on where it was, it had different twang. Uh, I like going to visit my daughter down there in Tennessee because I get to use my Tennessee accent when I'm down there all the time. And I
my
try not.
sister was. Go ahead.
I was going to say I try not to either. It just happens. If you ever gone to a place that you rarely go to and they got an accent, and then all of a sudden, pretty soon, next thing you know, you're talking just like them, even though you're not intentionally trying to.
Yeah, I
They
went to New
start.
York once.
I didn't even know New Yorkers had an accent until I started listening to some like Brian King. Brian King and we have a very similar um, lilt to our talk from New York. that I pick up. That thing we sound the same. There's a little to our New York accent. I say, oh yeah, I'm from New York. Yep. Yep, yep. But I love it when you go somewhere and you just pick up their accent. You're not trying to.
They made fun of me because I said that I'm fixing to go to the store, and they said, "You're fixing what?"
Joe,
He said, "You mean going to the store?"
when I was down in South Carolina, or I'm sorry, North Carolina, um, up here in New York, we have chitlins, we call it. Down there, they have the same thing, but don't call them chitlins down there. What you doing? Those chitlins, man. What do you mean chitlins? The chitlins. They take their knock you in the head if you say it the wrong way down there.
Explain a chitlin.
Like teeny tiny pieces of ham fat in a wad, and then you grill it up. And that's what chitlins is.
I
I know
think down here the black people have a different
they
type
call
of meat
they
that they
call
call chitlins.
chitterling. I was said New York way, or phonetically, Chitterling. How they
Yeah, I
spell?
mean they say it the slang way, but I think the black people down here have a different meat that they call that when they cook it. I know it wasn't ham.
I haven't had it for a while, but I remember it was something similar to ham or crushed ham or that. But I had some of it. It's like, okay, yeah, that's nice, but I'll go get bacon. I know what bacon is. I can cook that.
My sister was born a year before me, and they were hoping for a boy, and I turned out to be a girl. So Dad had me with him all the time, whereas Missy stayed in the house. I remember being 4 years old and helping him pick up cow patties for his worm farm, and then later it was rock for rock underpinning. So I was raised like the boy, and then my brother came along 5 years later. But I was so used to being the tomboy, and Missy was very fragile, that when I got older and I started hanging out with around other people, sometimes the boys didn't accept me into the group, and I mean I could be just as boy as they could, and it would piss me off. And the older I got, it seemed like the worse it got, because then I developed, and I just tried to force myself to sound like a guy my whole life, and then I was over people on a road crew, and now I'm stuck with this voice. On top of that, I smoke.
It's your voice, is it?
Yeah.
You know how it works, right? If you heard your voice yell out, you'd freak yourself out. But it's your voice. We all have a different voice. What's to say my voice is better than yours?
Well, I can't sound feminine anymore.
Well, I can't.
Guys can scream like a girl, and I can't.
No, I probably could, but it's gonna hurt me right now. And what does that do? It just changes the volume of your voice. It's still you, just making it with a different sound. The meaning's still gonna be the same, right? No matter how you say it, what volume or what tone, whatever you say has the same meaning. It doesn't change the meaning.
Yeah, but I've gotten, when I answer my phone and they say, we'll just say Jones, is Mr. Jones there? And I'll say, uh, there is no Mr. Jones, or they'll say, hello, Mr. Jones. And I'll say, this is Mrs. Jones. And they'll say, oh, I'm sorry. And at drive-thrus, I would get told to drive around, sir. I mean, at first it was funny. You know, in my early 30s, my kids thought it was funny. But as time's gone on, it's just gotten worse, and I guess I've got a big complex about it.
Don't have one. You know why? You know how many times I got whistled at by cars going by with my long hair, thinking I was a female, till they drove by. Oh shit! Oh fuck me!
Well, I'm from the country, so we always know to check out the body frame because guys have long hair.
Oh no, I get it. I'm muscular. I'm not fat, but I'm curvy because I got big thighs because I used to jog and stuff like that. But I'm not a plank, right? And with my long hair and everything else, and sometimes with the hip huggers I wore back then, the curvy couldn't fool people. But again, I'm just doing me, not paying attention to the world going on around me. And guys going, "Hey, baby, oh fuck me!"
Is that long hair what put you in touch with your feminine side?
No, having three sisters, a mother, two daughters, and four granddaughters around, sort of kind of did that. Go ahead, argue with a whole family of females. I dare any guy. Get them loose. So you either learn their point of view or get beat all the time.
Yeah, I had four girls and one boy, and my boy was number four. So he can relate to that. Then when he was when he was six, I adopted a 16-year-old, and then when he was seven, I adopted a 7-year-old, and they were boys.
No, but where that get in touch with my female side actually came from, we did a deep sitting thing one day about weird stuff, and that was one of the things that came up. All right, if all of a sudden you just woke up and you were a female, I would tell my friend, you know, and now you gotta go out in the world as you're now Josephina. You know, you're done. You're just a female. What would you do, and who would you date? And they're like, oh, would you date a guy? Oh, oh, that's it. And that got to be a deep topic. And I cut right through it. I said, well, all right, I'll put it this way: if I turned into a female, and I had to date females, I wouldn't have to date females. I'd pick the ones I'd like, and I like females, so I'd date a female. So I'd be a dyke. So either way, I'm want females. I don't like guys. You guys keep those things back there, man. They're ugly. Little silly hosers.
I'm reading chat, and thanks to Rude Dog, chitlins are intestines that they
Oh, okay.
clean and cook here or at least south in Tennessee.
Yeah, and I know you can go buy it but in a block at Bird's down in Selma, North Carolina, because that's where I went all the time. You got to know them real good. They all still know me down there, down in Selma. And I was down there for about 2 years and never been to the South ever, 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 ever. And I was offered this job to run black soul cleaning down there. So I took it, went down there and got myself a house in Selma. Nice little house and everything else. It had a train track right through the little town. Uh, Again, I'm from New York. Newbie, didn't know any better. One day I gotta go get cigarettes. Where's the nearest store? Oh, just go down across the train tracks over there to Bird's Dairy. They sell cigarettes over there. Cool. So I walked from my house 1 block, across the train tracks, and headed to Bird's. Just as I'm walking up to Bird's Dairy, somebody yanked me by the collar, yanked me around the corner. Then I'm realizing everybody around me is black. Is what? What are you doing over here? What do you mean? I'm buying cigarettes, you know? So that was my first experience to the South. Uh, the towns are split. You got whites over here, you got blacks over here. The whites are supposed to go over here, the blacks were supposed to go over there. And my mind is going, this is 1990. What? What warp zone did I flip back into the Twilight Zone to
Yeah,
get here?
That's the government that did that. Made sure of that diversity.
So after I got the stitches put back in my head, the next day I went back over there and I started meeting the people. You know, I said, look, guys, I'm from New York. I know nothing about the segregation shit that I wasn't supposed to be over here. I bad news if I wasn't supposed to. Well, please tell me why I can't be over here. I'm cool. You know, I got good jokes. And I did warm up to him, and I was known as Chico. I was allowed there. Not many other white people were allowed there, but I was allowed over there. Not to sell drugs or anything like that. I was allowed over there just to hang, to be with people. That's Bullet.
I hung out with a black man when I was 16, but whenever we would have to drive into his neighborhood or through it, I had to lay down because me being white, I wasn't supposed to be in their neighborhood.
Yeah,
So I had to hide.
But again, it's going to happen. People are scared. Me, I have no fear. I'm so foolish and did that in the first place. Just walked over there the next day. Most people would have said, "Oh, fuck that! I'll go find a store over there." My mind is like, "Well, why?" You know, I'm a nice
People are
guy.
people.
We
I
sell
don't
drugs
get
over here.
division of races. People are people.
Well, I did hear a lot of excuses why, certain because once they get to know certain people coming around regularly, then they get set up and get in trouble by, like say I knew Bobby. Bobby and I were friends, and I let Bobby come over to my neighborhood after a while, and a few people that know Bobby were cool with Bobby that, but then after a while you go run into Joe who just got released from prison, knows nothing about Bobby and remembers the old rules. There was no Bobbies allowed, and he'll just jump right in. Hey, they're not supposed to be over here. After the guy's got a couple broken arms and stuff like that, then somebody's trying to explain to him, no, man. Since you big gun, this guy's cool. We know about it. Oh, my bad. Things don't fall too fast between humans. So,
Odin, you still there?
well, Odin ran away. That's okay. Have we been on here for about an hour already? I have no sense of time, so.
Hello, everyone in chat.
Actually, yeah, we have been on for 1 hour. So, but again, last night I was thinking the same thing. It's just, everybody see me. We've been here for an hour. Then everybody piled in for 2.5 more hours. You know, then I was able to go to bed and then to get raided again.
Are you ready to get off?
No, I'm hanging. If you like, people want to be here, that's fine. I can talk about anything.
Yeah, rude dog. I guess I'm just not that type of woman, so I don't understand how that happens.
Humans, half of them are idiots.
No, he said it's just me and my son, but my girl always wins the arguments. Us boys can't win. I don't. It's like that saying: if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. That's just. I mean, I know women keep men in check, but I think to a point, it's okay to a point. But then there's to the extreme, and I don't agree with it. I don't want to be female, but I don't want to be male because I don't want to be labeled like everybody else.
You don't have to be either. You can just be you. Mystery.
Well,
Your own sex.
I'm tomboy.
You're mystery.
I'm my own breed, I reckon.
I'm Bullet. Again, whatever anybody does behind their doors is up to them, or whatever they decide not to do behind the doors is up to them. I don't think people should be wondering or peeking in window going, gee, I wonder. That's just nosy. It's none of their business. You know? So if you want to abstain because that makes you happy, that's you. If I want to be not promiscuous, but here and there, that's me. Everybody's different. But you can't be promiscuous and mean to everybody else. You gotta be fair. Seriously. That's just something they're saying. You can rape people because I want it. No, it's a mix. But again, your life is your life. Who you want to be with is up to you. If they don't want to be with you, that's up to them. But you got to respect that, obviously.
Well, I've had issues when after my man died and I tried dating. They liked me. They said they liked me how I was, but then once we got together, they wanted me to dress up more and wear makeup and do your hair, and I wasn't like that the whole 2.5 years you knew me before we started dating.
Let me ask you a
You know what I
question.
mean?
Let me ask you a question. Did they breathe for you? Did they eat your food for you? Did they taste your food for you and smell the flowers that are around you for you? Then why the fuck should they do anything else for you? That's your job.
I gave up. That's why I've been single since 2008. I ain't in it to play no games to try and change anybody else to fit what I expect or whatever. If I like you, I like you. If there's things that you need to work on, I'll bring it up and see if we can work it out together. Same thing. But don't expect me because I'm female that I should be walking around in stilettos all the time and skirts and my tits hanging out and a bunch of goop on my face.
Again, anybody who says that wants that for them, not you. So therefore, it's not for you. So why listen to what they're saying for you to do for them when they're not even considering you in the first place? Because you're in the second place because they're supposed to do it for them, not you. No, take care of you first.
Or
That's why.
I'd get the reason I cheated on you is because you don't dress up like a girl. Well, if you wanted somebody that was high maintenance, you should have went for somebody that was high maintenance.
And before it's too late here, I'll say hi. I saw Rude Hog. I was trying to say hi and catch you later. Probably got it already, but that's all right.
What's
Judo
up, Judo
Johnny, what's
Johnny?
up? Hey, seen you in a week and a half. How you been? And how's it going down with your East Palo Alto buddies down there? By the way, I do all this, even though I'm damaged, I'm still doing all this without notes, all these memories of dates and places and stuff. Oh, he's lurking. He don't want to talk to me. Fine, Judo. You just lurk over there. I actually, that's one of my favorite hobbies with all everybody's channels. I'll just lurk, especially now. I can't sit up and type too much, so I started to type more to everybody else instead of just lurking. But now I'm back to lurking because I can't sit up and type without getting a problem. But
I don't
fine.
know what that is, Johnny.
East Palo Alto. You know, the, really, they irritated me that day. It was one of those bad days where I'm watching everybody, and they just pissed me off that day. So it's like, all right, that's it. I think I called them about it like 1,000 times. Again, when I do call-ins, I don't call in or threats or anything else. I try to call in and make them to see the logic of how stupid they are. You got this cow out there that looks like a beach ball, and in the position she's looking at, she looks like, yeah, come on, serious. They got to stand like that. They can't just talk to somebody. It's like, what you may be right. It's just we get a little paranoid, but no, talk things down. No, you always got to talk things up. Stuff like that. I keep going on and on and on and on and on, and on about that, yelling at them how stupid you are. Rah, 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 rah. Anybody can do that. But I was always good at just jumping in and just making them feel stupid. Yeah, I actually got lots of good videos all over the place, and I'm not here. I'm not monetized. All right, I'm here like everybody will tell you. I'm here for the community just to help get the word out. You know, that's it.
I won't monetize even if I was putting out videos like some of these real big channels that don't talk to their viewers. And they got real great content. I mean, that's good for them, but I'm not going to monetize, because when you monetize, number one, you ain't really making that much, and people skip the ads anyway, and YouTube puts stricter rules on you.
Well, they have the ads on whether you, all right, if you got a YouTube account, you're going to see the ads. But you could pay $10 a month now, and they take the ads away from it, so you can watch YouTube without the ads, but you're giving them money to do it. All right.
You know, well, I've seen
But
bigger
if you don't do
channels that actually do an in ad while they're talking.
No. I'm saying, like mine, I pay $10 a month just so I don't see the ads, so I don't have to go past that information bullshit to get to the story. Like if there's a call out, all right, and I gotta go wait 30 seconds, and Free Potato is on the sidewalk, and I need that phone number to write it down to start making calls in and stuff like that. I don't want that ad to hold me up.
All right.
So I pay that $10, but again, you can pay that then, which is for me it's easiest, or you could let them run the ads, and then you're paying for the ads by watching the ads, but it's taking time away from your what you want to do on YouTube and that. So they're paying them either way. You don't have no choice. Again, I'm not here for the money. I'm just putting the info. If people want to share the videos of that, but I do try to make the funny ones, like that asshole one. And if you notice that when I go live, my picture's always been Morro Bay. Because before yours, Morro Bay was another one I had a call with. I had, well, Bee Sting Face, I had their number and everything, and I know people were calling. It wasn't me. Really. But homes were called. But I got some real good ones in there. I got a new one I put out it's got a Pink Floyd song on it. It was the original claymation somebody else made it. This is how I make my claymation, and I remixed it and put the song in it and gave it to me. It's really good. It's somebody else's claymation thing. I just did the artwork. I even make Minecraft videos for my grandkids and gamer videos stuff.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to mute. I'm getting all my vitamins together.
Oh, but actually, I used to be able to mute it here, but then I got screwed up. I think if I do this control room, I could do that.
I can't see the Hangouts page and the chat at the same time.
Yeah. Have your wife also makes you an empty pocket.
Bullet, do you remember me asking you to look up SEACT and some other channels?
Yes, I got those bookmarked.
I take the SEACT. They also have it in soft gels. It cleanses your body of toxins, promotes a strong immune system, helps rejuvenate your organs.
So you like SEXT, right?
Yeah, it's ESSIAC. It's Cassie spelled backwards. The lady that came up with this to fight cancer and it cured cancer is where they got this from. But they burned all her research up because she was curing cancer.
Again, that's true, but I can't say Rude Dog it's as general that's general, but as a force, I keep telling people the police are not educated or schooled; they're trained. They're trained for certain tricks, and I'm not a play on words. That's what they actually say. That we are trained for certain procedures, and we're trained with tricks to do this, that, and the other. But there's only X amount of things, and when it goes outside their scope, they just rely on their training. They're not.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to be having chemo, right?
TMO.
you're going to be having chemotherapy done, right?
We don't know till we get to the here to see what kind it is.
Well, you know it kills everything, your good bacteria and everything in your body.
Right. The chances that they're hoping they don't have to, but even if they do have to, before they do the chemo, they're going to have to do some surgery removal first, and then
What's
they'll
up,
see.
Fitzgerald?
And even if they do have to do some of that, they still may not have to do the chemo if it's a certain type of cell.
Well, if they do the chemo, you're going to need to rebuild your immune system back up.
Hey, T. Fitzgerald, how you doing? Thank you a lot. I want to keep up on everybody up here, but periodically I have to sit back. If I do this too long, then I start reading the alphabet soup. The blood flow just slows down. Now, what was I saying? Because I sat up too fast. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. I spent half my life wasting my mind, and it didn't work. I've always had a smart mind, though. I still remember things from back when I was 1 year old. So
I can remember when I was 4.
I remember when I was 2 years old. I loved my grandma. I'm sure I was a pain in her ass, but I loved my grandma, and she was smart too. And one day I was sitting there and I was bugging. She goes, points to the ground. She goes, "You see those?" I say, "Yeah, these are clovers. This is 3 clovers on it." "Yeah, I want you to look around and find one that has 4." Oh boy! So she figured, okay, he's gonna be busy for a while. 2 seconds later, like this, Grandma. Oh, fuck. Go find me another one. Like this one. So, kids are great though. No, that's why I make the Minecraft videos. Not to make videos for Minecraft to be a Minecraft. No, my grandkids are watching like 6 minute videos. I'm walking through making things, but not doing it. This is you put this together, you do that, then no, I just go through, grab an axe, and we walk through and get chased. So they laugh their asses off, and they're 6 and 5. So every day they're waiting to watch it. Watch one. Now I know I can make a bunch of them, dozens right in a row. I'm good at that. But then they would watch dozens of them in a row. And that's what I was doing before I ever joined us. I was going to get my RKO going. I grew up on radio stations, not TV. I grew up on radio stations. And every week is stay tuned for the further adventures of. So that made me want to come back and watch it. Where now it's all binge. In fact, somebody comes up with a whole bunch, dozen, this, that, the others. Everybody's got to see every single one of them in a row. Now they've seen them. Now what? Yeah. So it gives them something every day to do. My daughter, she's happier than hell. Because I know this is probably stressing her out too.
Yeah, it stresses everybody out.
But
I mean, it is what it is. Anybody that's associated with a person going through it gets stressed out.
life is life. One way or
Excuse
another, we get through it.
me, all right,
And nobody gets out alive.
I don't know why it's not turning down. It won't let me turn it down.
What, your mic? I can do that from here.
No, I was trying to go into the video part.
You gotta turn it down, I turn it up.
I hit play and on the video that actually gives feedback through. I was trying to turn it down, but it would only turn down my mic. So I had to just pause it.
So I look good, right? Don't look like I'm breaking it apart. I may end up cutting this short. I still gotta go make a video for my grandkids.
Yeah, I'm not staying up late tonight either.
Yeah. Like I said, who knows where this will go, but I gotta check in because I know a lot of you cared, and I don't want everybody just to tune in once. I want, yeah, you can. Encounters will have hours of talking here, but just know y'all concerned. So I'm gonna do this so everybody knows I'm okay, which will make you all feel okay. All right. And let's
Just
not.
don't overwork yourself.
Oh, of course. I'm reading right now. Hold on a minute. Actually, I do like that. It gets their attention too. Sometimes, again, everybody has their own style out there of auditing and videoing the audit itself and interacting with the audit. Um, and I'm not saying any one of them is right or wrong. Each one has their own reasons. Uh, for example, we'll have some out there getting right to the police face, calling them names and stuff. Yes, they can. It's their right. Um, in every case, I don't think it's called for. However, there are areas that most of us ought to know that if we go out there, we're going to run into this type of people. And if we run into this type of people, we may as well, no matter what's going to happen, they're going to give us shit. So we might as well give that shit right back at them just as hard to shut them the fuck up.
A lot of things come with age, too, on how people act.
True. And the area. All right. Like if I went to LA, they'd treat me one way different. Where if I went down the road here, they would treat me a totally different way different. But if I went to the sheriff's department, then they would treat me completely different. It's the departments themselves. Whether they're each one is handling it correctly or this one's handling it incorrectly, it got special. But you'll have some that that you just know you're going to run into this big fat guy that's going to have a hard time even lifting his gun, trying to boss you around just to be a boss because he thinks that's his job. And intimidating, tyranny, and everything else getting in your face. I'm not saying everybody get right back in the face, but some of the pros down there where they have to deal with these, and I'm not naming names. Telstar Johnny, get right into their face and start cursing them. I'm not here to say that they're wrong because they asked for it. You know, Telstar Johnny would have been happy just filming a perfectly innocent legal stop, but ends up with a cop coming up with jelly donut hanging off his face, calling him names.
Yeah,
And do what I say or
I
else.
can't watch anybody that treats. I try my best to skim over any comments that I see under videos or in chat where people are slinging hate at one another because I
However,
don't even want to see it.
However, on the other side of the fence, you have the ones out there that want just the name and they're trying to get you'll have some cops that are really trying hard. They're only human too, really trying hard to do their job, and you got them coming up there insulting. Look, please, sir, could you stand over there? Oh, you want me to stand over here? Why? Because you and just trying to boil it up. That's ramping it up, and I don't go for that. But that's their style, and if their viewers want to watch them, this, that, and the other, they're the ones that gotta handle it. You
Right.
know. Now, as a viewer and watching everybody's back, I may, if for watching this one guy initiating trouble when he didn't have to, may not be watching him as closely as I would. Does if a few other auditors are coming on, right, and he's on at the same time? Well, I'm going to be watching here because I know that they're maybe in trouble. This one's going to be car crash because he's looking for a car crash. I'm not looking for car crashes. I'm looking for interaction and the public trying to come to answers instead of come bumping heads all the time.
Right.
Yeah, and it's always a give and take. Nobody's
I mean,
always right.
in the whole point in the auditing is to get the police schooled on that they are not over us, that they are for us and by us, and that we should all work together, not try to flash your authority over everybody. And if you don't like something somebody says, you lock them up. I mean, the point is to educate, not to intimidate or get insinuations towards them that they're just the worst piece of crap. I mean, I see people say every cop is the worst piece of crap ever. That's such a blanket statement.
And I can't say that because I know a lot of police in a lot of places, and I got a lot of friends that are police. Yes, I do, because they're human and they do the
Yes.
right thing.
When
Just
I say that everyone's human, they'll say not police, and I mean I'm not going to argue with you if that's the way you want to see it.
I don't see ghosts coming out the side of the head. I don't see them turning green. All right, and they really don't bleed. Oh boy, they really
Bleed
don't
blue.
bleed blue. Thank you. The train went away again. But they're human. However, their conditionings and trainings from where they come from, you'll never know until you find out. And if you're out there looking for just drama and attention out here, you're not here for the community. You're here for you. Like I keep saying, if you're out here watching everybody's back, and I'm not patting my back because I've watched so many people, I just do. You do the right thing. You don't got to worry about it. But if you're watching people out there watching their back, you're doing good. If you're out there looking for car crashes and drama and viewer ratings and this, that, the other, even if you're trying to get it, you're not going to get them. You'll be pulling your teeth out each year, selling your teeth to try to get money out of YouTube. Sure, you get Patreons and you get friends that, hey, like, send money, da, 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 da. Sure, you can do that too. But again, it's work. I just want, and I'm not here to do work. I'm here work helping the community relations together. I don't want the money. And I'm not here to say, look at me, I don't want the money either. It's just how it's supposed to work.
I don't agree with. I mean, there's people that they see no wrong in auditors and everything wrong with the police. And if you question or you catch somebody in something that wasn't true and you bring it up, then you get all these hate comments attacking you and you're a bootlicker and you're a cop. You know what? And it's
That
just
that's gonna happen anyhow. Yeah, you got to pick your battles and pick who is talking to
auditors
you.
are just as human as cops. Cops are just as human as auditors. Neither deserves to be put on a pedestal. If somebody's wrong, then you say that they're wrong, and you shouldn't get attacked because you've seen that they were wrong.
Well, in any argument, one side's always wrong, or not as right as the other side.
Well, nobody's always wrong, and nobody's always right.
Right, and so you did take and work it out. There's our problem. Half the people out there don't want to work it out. The other half of the half sit there want the top quarter to figure it out and just get everything taken care of for them. They don't want to get involved. And I'm not telling
And
everybody to do it.
people take serious offense if you were visiting their channel and you were in their chats and then you quit going. They get seriously offended and they won't even say hi to you in other chats because you quit going to theirs.
I tried my best, but I just can't keep up. I caught Danger Mouse, Gen T. I was trying to stop and say hi to Lynn, but her channel wasn't working. Chai tells this was a half hour before I started the show.
Good night, rude dog.
And then I'm not supposed to be doing that. I keep telling you, all right, I'm going to sit back and relax. I'm just going to lurk. And then I type it again. So
I'm fixing to go ahead and get off and let you take a break and
yeah, I'm
make
gonna
your
go
videos.
play Minecraft for the grandkids. I think I'll take them to hell. I got a portal I was building. Goes right straight to hell. I
Well,
told my
have
daughter
fun.
I might accidentally fall in the lava just to make them laugh. Ah! So, I have pretty good grandpa voice too when I do my videos for BulletSponge Bob.
Yeah, I'm sub to you. I haven't been able to check those out yet because I've been, like I told you, I was suffering yesterday.
Well, I got
And
some old
today was just being drained from suffering yesterday.
Well, Minecraft is for me when I get on there. It's just play. That is my play. However, there's other games that are out there that I do that are actually for me to like work. The new one, IGW, that's coming out. I got to learn all how everything works. That game's not even out for the world yet.
Right.
Still testing it for the company. Got one game we had it running for 5 years. It's 30 days. They don't know, but in 30 days the whole game dies because they're taking everybody from this game and just going, and they're gonna come in one morning going, where's all the gamers? We had 1 million here yesterday. Thank God. So,
You have a good night. I appreciate you letting me come on.
oh, everybody can come on anytime. Again, you're all here just to make sure I'm smiling, which I'm going to be smiling anyway. And I'm here going to be here to keep you all from worrying. So I'm going to go play Minecraft, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for coming again. We will see you again tomorrow night. And again, I schedule it down on here on YouTube. You'll see it hours before the show's coming. So we're good.
You'll have to hang up because I'm not sure how to get back to it.
Well, that's not a problem. Just push this button right here.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for all coming.